Good evening, everybody. Sporting Lisbon 2, Tottenham Hotspur 0. How are we all feeling after that result? I have just watched a number of different YouTubers and podcasters leave their instant match reaction. And there are a lot of angry people. My question, I'm going to start off by asking you, should we be angry? Was that not coming? Have we not seen this? Hasn't this been a collision course with a result like that for weeks now? It's a really difficult one, isn't it? First of all, I don't want to belittle any team in Europe. There's a reason why they're playing Champions League football. So I don't believe that we should be belittling anyone. I don't like it when people belittle anyone in our own league. However, do I think that we should be giving a better account of ourselves against Sporting Lisbon? Yes, they've not started their season particularly well. And tonight they dominated us. Another team that's dominated us. So let's talk about the game, and then I'm going to talk about what I feel about Conte's tactics. You probably know my feelings on how Spurs play anyway, but we'll go into that. And let's look at some of the individual contributors, or should we say non-contributors from tonight. First of all, I think it's important to note this is just one defeat. Okay, so I think a lot of people I've seen losing their mind, getting really angry, but I feel the people that are losing their mind and getting really angry are the ones that bigged us up to the point where they can't understand why this happened. Me, as you all know, to all the loyal people that keep watching me, that keep supporting me, you will know that I've said this is coming. The football isn't sustainable, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So let's start. Yet again, if we look at the team lineup, Longley was left out for Ben Davies. I would never, ever do that in a Champions League game. Kulusevski again. He must wonder what on earth he's done wrong, because Conte, for me, I'm going to say it, people are going to hate it, but for me, I think it's weak management. I think for the last 3 games, he has chosen the easy option to leave out Kulusevski because he's the youngest, the least experienced, and technically still on loan from Juve. Whereas I think Son definitely deserves to not be playing. And after that performance tonight, I would say Son or Kane. I thought both of them were horrific tonight. Son looks completely disinterested. Kane, I mean, again, I feel he's suffering so much from trying to drop deep and do too much because we've got no one to create. But let's start with Hugo Lloris. I thought Hugo had a great game. Hugo Lloris was the reason we didn't lose that game more. And I can't say anything bad about him tonight. I don't think any of the goals were his fault. He made some good saves, and I thought he commanded his area well. So I think Hugo Lloris done well. I thought it was the worst I've seen Ivan Perisic, in a Spurs shirt. I think he had a couple of good crosses, which I'm not knocking. Brilliant to see. Something that we never see from Sessegnon. But other than that, I thought defensively he was poor. He didn't really get going. We didn't see him motoring up and down. Really, really poor game. And I'm just calling it how I see it. I'm not saying he's a poor player before people have a go at me. Romero. I think Romero's been really poor this season. You're not allowed to say it again. You're not allowed to say it. Yes, we keep some clean sheets, but I just think he keeps getting twisted inside out. He got twisted inside out for our second goal. He got twisted inside out a number of times by Alexander Mitrovic the other week. In some of the earlier games, I saw that he just kept making really bad decisions. For me, still our best defender, but he just doesn't look right. Eric Dyer, again, I mean, watching it on BT Sport, Eric Dyer, the way they were talking about him before the game is like this guy was Ledley King, Tony Adams, Marcel Desailly, Jaap Stam, Rio Ferdinand. He is not that great a centre-back. The number of times the ball came into the box to him and he lets it hit him. He doesn't control it, bring it down, play out. It just kind of hits him and bounces off, and he turns his back. He's constantly doing this when a shot's being taken. Ben Davies, I thought, was very poor tonight. I thought he looked slow. He looked leggy. We know he's a slow player anyway. And I thought the quick forward players for Sporting Lisbon, really showed that up. They really highlighted that. Then we go to Emerson Royal. I don't want to hear again from people that Emerson Royal is good defensively, just poor going forward. For me, this is one of the worst players I've ever seen in a Tottenham shirt. I think he is dreadful. The number of passes that go to no one, the number of crosses that float off or into the keeper's arms, caught out of position. You know, he got turned inside out again for the second goal, along with Romero. This is not a good footballer. And until we get fans that go to those heights, until we get fans that stop bigging up these very average players, this is going to happen. Sorry, just my feeling. Nothing against him personally. Seems like a good lad, but just not very good at football. And I'm just baffled that we didn't strengthen in that area in the summer. The midfield too, I just don't like it. Sorry, I'm going to say it. I don't like it. I don't think it works. I don't think it's got anything about it. Too many games this season already where, yes, we've got some good results. And yes, we're unbeaten in the league, but I feel that Bentancur and Højbjerg get overrun so much. Now, I look at this in two parts. One, is it because of how they play as footballers? Probably. Also, is it because that Conte leaves them exposed in a two, often against a three-man midfield? Probably that as well. But they're just not good enough. They've not got the legs on them. The passing's not good enough. The game seems to pass them by. Quick midfielders seem to completely run past them all the time. Both of them I thought were shocking tonight. Højbjerg's passing and his control was disgusting. Bentancur just I didn't notice him doing a thing. He just looked completely lost out there. Then we go to Richarlison, who for me was the best of the front three. Showed a lot of endeavour, showed a lot of character. Couple of overzealous runs to get offside for the goals. But I felt that if anything was going to happen today, it was going to be from Richarlison. Then we go to Kane and Son, and I'm going to lump these two in together because I thought that was a horrific performance from both. Son, for me, I've said for weeks now, he shouldn't be playing, but we're not allowed to talk about Son not playing for some reason. I keep being told he can't not play because he's way better than Richarlison, but from what I'm seeing performance-wise, Richarlison's playing much better. And Kane, again, just drops deep, tries to make things happen. And when it works, it's great. When it doesn't, and his passing was like tonight, it looked poor. And it's okay to say Kane was poor before anyone has a go at me. It's okay to say that. Yes, he's got 5 goals in 8 games this season, but all round, I don't think he's playing that well. And then Kulusevski. I feel a lot more comfortable when Kulusevski comes on. I feel like he's always got the ball under control. There's a plan. It looks like he knows what he's going to do. He carries us up that pitch. I think he's dreadfully unlucky to have missed the last 3. I really, really do. And I do put that on Conte. Now let's talk about the main man himself, Conte, and what many of the younger fans will call Conte ball. I'll be honest, this isn't off the back of tonight. I think anybody who watches me regularly will know that I say this. His style of football is not for me. I find it really, really turgid. There's no, other than the counter-attack, there's no method. There's no transitional play. There's no passing through the middle or playing out of the back. It just looks really, really turgid and slow. And what I would say is, if this had been Jose Mourinho, fans would be saying, it doesn't matter if we're unbeaten in the league. He's a dinosaur. His football's crap. Listen, I'm not saying anyone's a dinosaur, but this football is awful. And we can blame the players, but this is Conte's job. I was told that give him a pre-season and we're going to see how a Conte team really plays. Give him a pre-season, we'll see them all better on the ball, knowing how to play this formation. But it's not happening. We're winning games, for me, luckily. I thought we were poor against Forest. I thought we were poor in the draw against West Ham. We were awful in the draw against Chelsea. I thought that we were very, very, very lucky against Fulham towards the end. I thought we played well against Fulham, but they had a lot of chance at the end. And we were awful against Marseille. This isn't sustainable. It can't be. This level of football can't be. And if fans take off their hats of who they like and who they don't, if his name wasn't Antonio Conte, if Nuno was doing this, if Jose was doing this, if Poch was doing this, Yol, Redknapp, AVB, whoever, we'd all be saying that this is crap football. For me, I think he's got to change it up. He's got to do something different. We look predictable, and against better teams, we're going to get caught out. And luckily, from my point of view, other than Chelsea, I don't think we've played many good teams, if anyone at all. So I do worry. I do worry with Arsenal coming up, with Man City coming up. I do worry about those types of games. Look, it's not all doom and gloom. It's one defeat. You know, we can still definitely go through in this Champions League group. But I think today was a bit of an eye-opener, a bit of a wake-up call as to what we need to do to rival the elite. I see lots of fans. I was on the show the other night on the Spurs Corner, and everyone in the chat, I won't mention names, but telling me, oh, you're glass half empty if you don't think we can win the title. Really? Did you watch that? Have you seen how we play? That's not title winning. You don't win titles playing like that week in, week out. So, look, it's not all doom and gloom. And I do think we will go and batter Leicester City, because I think that's what we do. And I think they're in a complete mess. But for me, I would just like to see a bit more progressive football. I would like to see some form of football. Lots of the WhatsApp groups I'm in now, even the people that used to call me negative, are starting to say, yeah, I see what you were saying. The football's crap. So, yeah, you might be getting some results, but the football has been crap. Formation. For me, I feel like we're trying to play a formation with players that don't suit the formation. That's the problem. So I said to someone the other day, I don't hate the 3-4-3 formation. I hate Spurs playing the 3-4-3 formation. If you're going to play 3-4-3, your two centre mids need to be brilliant. Your wing backs need to be brilliant. Now, when you look at that four across the middle, Perisic, brilliant. The two centre mids and the right wing back, not. And fundamentally, it's flawed. And you can see that in the way that we attack, the way that we seem to not be joined up. Let me know your thoughts. This will be pre-recorded, so if I'm responding to you, it's because I'm responding to you via me watching the video back with you. But let me know your thoughts. Apologies, I've been pretty quiet lately. I've been on holiday. I will be back tomorrow night with Savva and Wright live tonight at 10 o'clock. Henry will not be with me, but I will have other guests on the show. That's 10 p.m. tomorrow night. I'll be back tomorrow morning with a daily thought. And listen, it's not the end of the world, but hopefully it just gives a few Spurs fans a reality check to stop belittling everyone and thinking we're going to win every game 4-0. Because even in the chat the other night, all I saw was certain people going 4-1, 5-0, 4-0, 3-0. And it's like, I seriously think people think we're better than we are. Nothing's changed for me this season. Still predicting fourth. And that's the way it is. Guys, have a wonderful evening. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave your thoughts. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Much love. And as always, come on, you Spurs.